and happy Sunday. Hope you guys had a great weekend fishing like I did. I'm just sitting here today kind of getting the boat back together from a couple tournaments and unfortunately getting ready for work. Tomorrow, back to the grind, but that's all right. I want to take just a few minutes to talk about what I call an oversized Ned rig. It's something that I fish an absolute ton. If you watched my last video Thursday night, you see a lot of fish catches on it. We actually fished a tournament yesterday, and I apologize for no footage. I don't know what I've done. Again, I'm very new to this, but I missed about half our fish catches, but it wasn't a great one. We caught a lot of fish, but just couldn't get on those big fish. We had one big, nice keeper smallmouth, and that was the only good fish we had. I mean, we didn't even weigh our fish. It was just not one of our better days, but that's part of it. That's why we're out here. We it's the hunt, and we look forward to it every single week. I know probably you guys are just like me. You get discouraged sometimes, especially when you think you're on fish and you show up and just get your butt kicked. But the very next day, hey, we're just ready to get right back out there and learn from it and keep catching them. But still, it's been a fun week, catching a lot of fish. But this oversized Ned rig is something I throw through the winter months. Well, basically your cooler months, from about end of September, early October, up till mid next month. I'm throwing this Ned rig, and I would say 85 to 90% of the time I'm throwing an oversized Ned rig. Everybody knows what a standard Ned is. If not, you're probably hiding under a rock, because it's all over the internet and people's trying it out. But that's kind of your oversized Ned rig. You got a mushroom style head, usually in that 16th range, and a Z-Man TRD, just kind of the color I grab it. That's just your standard Ned. Something that I do, and I found this by accident. I was in a tournament a little over a year and a half ago, and it was kind of tough, and we just picked it up and started throwing it. Well, I didn't have a whole lot on me and ran out, and the only thing I had left was some bigger heads, some 3/16, and so I started getting Cincos and just cutting them in half and putting them on there. Ended up winning the tournament with some nice bag of smallmouth. But at the end of the day, I was looking, going, well, heck, that's almost twice the size of what I was using. Well, TRD or Z-Man makes what's called a big TRD. And it's between 4.5 inches, I believe. I mean, you can see the difference. That's pretty noticeable. But it's still small enough to where that's still a very finessey. Whoop, dropped it. Still a very finessey bait. I mean, they're typically not going to pass this up, even when they are on a finesse bite, or fronts come in and slow things down. They still like that. But something I do, because I can fish a little deeper, a little quicker, is I stayed with that 3/16 ounce head. And I'll show you what I use. And it's the Aaron Martin's. It's a Picasso head, 3/16 ounce. And what it is, kind of the old pony style head. And I hope you can see that right there. The old pony style swim bait heads. But that's kind of what it reminds me of. But what it does, it allows this sucker, with that material on those Z-Mans, they float. It allows it to just kind of bounce along the bottom and float. And like I said, again, you can see the difference. I found especially into March, when they're getting pre-spawn, they're kind of feeding up a little bit. This little bit bigger profile, my gosh, they will eat it. And I've kind of got to where I just kind of throw this. I pick this over this little one almost every time. Very rare will I even pick this one up anymore. But I fish a standard setup as I would anything else. I'm throwing a 7'5". Hope y'all can see this. This is a Dixie Custom rod. It's the Extreme Finesse is what he calls it. It's a medium light, moderate, fast tip rod. Absolutely beautiful rod. It's a 3000 series reel, 3500 that will also work. I just like that bigger spool diameter, these bigger reels, because I'm usually throwing a braid to a leader. Braids is 10-pound test braid. I'm not particular on brand on braid. It's come a long ways through the years, so I'm typically going to be throwing usually Sunline, but honestly whatever's on sale. I just kind of wait for it, because it's all pretty good. Now, leader line's a little different. I'm a stickler about this. This is Sunline Sniper, FC Sniper, 7-pound test. This is also the exact same line I'm throwing with a Demiki rig. Strongest leader line I've ever used. And I'm, again, not sponsored. I'm a just everyday guy like most of you guys out there. But I do try to stick with stuff that works, and line, as far as this goes, is very important to me, because nothing worse than hooking to a big fish and losing it. This stuff will pull a boat. I'm telling you, for 7-pound test, it's as strong as any 10-pound test out there. So, Sunline FC Sniper, yeah, people complain about the price. It's between $25 to $29 a spool, but it's leader line. You're not spooling up completely with it. You're just using it as a leader. So you're gonna, 200 yards is gonna last you a long time. At least it does me. Just on where I fish Norris a lot, Deep Clear Lake, I run a long leader. I typically run 9 to 12 foot. But so you get a couple things out of that. One, they can't see your braid, and two, when you're running a leader that long, it also protects your knot. When you set the hook, it's not a direct pow. You've got even though there's not a lot of memory in fluoro, there's enough in there to where on that longer it kind of helps absorb. So where your braid fluoro, you don't have to worry about as much as a strike on that. So it kind of serves both purposes. And if say you do lose a few of them through the day, even if you cut off another foot and a half of it, retime, you still got plenty of leader left and not having to worry about trying to put together a tournament. You know how frantic it can be in a tournament. But again, I hope you enjoy this. Like I said, this is not the way to fish. This is just a way. Just try to throw things out there again that works for me. Definitely worth giving it a try. Something I really enjoy fishing. It's confidence bait for me. It's also one of them baits that say you get in a tournament and you get in that midday lull where it's tough and you're just like, what do I do? I'll pick that up sometimes just to put one or two, even if they're not even keepers, one or two fish in the boat, get that confidence level back up, kind of get you gears turning again, if you know what I mean. But again, I'm going to be out there on the water this week. I got one, maybe two tournaments. I'll be fishing that Thursday nighter again. We fish it all the time, Lord willing. And then the Davis Creek Wildcat tournaments I mentioned, I think they're going to the Knights this Saturday. So we may be fishing some of those, and they're not, so I can only film for a little while, but hopefully get some good footage. And then, like I said, stuff like this that I can think of that works for me and I know is going to help you catch fish, I'm going to do a few videos about it. But I hope you enjoyed it. Please like the videos if you liked it. Feel free to comment. Shoot me a message if you got any questions about this setup right here. I don't care a bit to help you out to exactly how I'm doing it because I want everybody to catch fish too. But subscribe if you like it. Tell your friends. And if not, again, tell me if you don't. Things I need to work on. I know, again, I've got more equipment coming to try to make these videos better and more quality. So you guys aren't watching terrible camera footage. There's nothing like that watching these bad videos because I know it's grainy and dark, but I'm working on it. But again, hope you guys have a great week. Good luck fishing out there, and we will see you on the water. Have a great one.